This is the best email and SMS marketing strategy for Q4 2025. See, most e-commerce brands treat Q4 like it's just about Black Friday. But if you only start caring when BFCM hits, you already lost. In this training, I'm going to be revealing our entire 5-step Q4 e-commerce playbook, stolen from the top brands in the industry. Last year, this exact blueprint generated over $10 million in Q4 email sales for our clients. And you can plug and play it to break your all-time sales records this quarter. But first, let's talk about what's different this time around. Because 2025 is harder than ever. And what do I mean by this? Well, first of all, let's look at the chart here. This talks about ad costs, advertising costs. And when you look at this, you can clearly see that, year over year, all the time, the advertising costs are just climbing higher and higher. And also, when you look at the Q4, every single year is spiking around that time. So basically, what this means is that, CPMs right now, Q4 2025, are at an all-time high. The competition is more brutal than ever. Everyone's using AI to generate content and flood inboxes, which is like even different and even at a different scale than in the past years. And overall, customers are just getting overwhelmed with all of this communication and all of this content that they're facing all the time. And so while everyone else is fighting in the trenches with discounts and expensive traffic, the winners are going to scale their profits leveraging the traffic they already own, which basically means email, SMS, also WhatsApp, other channels, but basically all the channels that they own, all the traffic that they already own. And let's look at the math here. So I already told you, but CPMs rise year over year and spike from August to November. At the same time, you're probably offering some kind of promotions, discounts, whatever, because it's a BFCM season, it's a holiday season, you're running some kind of sales. So basically you're slashing your margins from both directions at the same time. So you're paying more for the traffic, but you're also getting less from these people because you're running discounts and losing on margins because of that. And all that means simply lower profit. It's just a simple math here. And that's why email and SMS and these other own channels aren't just nice to have channels during Q4 especially. They're actually the only real profit lever you have. And the reason? You control these channels and you've also already paid for that traffic that you're generating or like that you're leveraging there. So, sending more generates more revenue with no extra acquisition costs when you're using those own channels of yours. The ROI of email marketing on average is something like this, so like around 40 and actually closer to 100 or even 200 for the top players. You also control the results. Mark Zuckerberg cannot just pull the rug from under you by doing some kind of algorithmic change in Facebook and, causing you to lose all of that traffic that you're currently generating or all of the performance from your current ads or whatever. Also, the engagement is just unmatched. Email open rates are above 50, above 40% at least, usually, as long as you're handling your deliverability right. I'm going to be talking about that in the video as well. And SMS, the open rates are pretty much like 100% there. And the engagement when it comes to clicks is also pretty high. With SMS, it's like crazy high as well. And here's an example from one of our clients who had never done proper email marketing before October 2024 when we started working with them. And during our first full month, we made them $227,000 in email revenue with under $1,000 Klaviyo bill a month for the audience that they were managing there. And this means that the ROI when it comes to this was basically more than 200x, which is, of course, crazy. And you can see the breakdown, the chart here, this is where we started to do email marketing for them. Before that, they had barely done nothing. And how fast we were able to achieve like a couple $100,000 a month increase in their revenue is just, this is something that only these own channels can cause you to generate and cause you to, achieve. So what's the takeaway here? If you're not relentlessly optimizing your own channels for Q4, you're simply playing a losing game. And in this training, I'm going to be showing you the exact playbook we use to maximize Q4 profits, strategic flows and campaigns, stand out from the AI-generated noise flooding inboxes, and build a list that actually prints money when it matters the most. So now that you know what to do differently in 2025, it's time to get into our step-by-step Q4 blueprint. But before that, if you're an e-commerce brand doing above 50k per month and you want us to implement this entire strategy for you, then click the first link in the description to book your free Black Friday strategy call. And now let's get back into the training, starting with the 5 profit pillars of a successful Q4. So the 5 profit pillars of a successful Q4. To win Q4, you need a complete system built for scale. Planning this is not something you do midway through November, 3 days before you're supposed to run your main sale of the year. Your whole year should prepare yourself to master and better execute across these 5 core pillars. So number 1, compelling tiered offers. What this means is that the sales you run between Q4 and Q3 should be dedicated for testing different offer types. And then by Q4, you'll have found your winning offers and you'll want to replicate and run with those. Then to minimize self-fatigue, keep engagement high, and maximize repeat purchases, you want to keep these simple tips in mind. So have different offers for the different periods in the sale. So early access on offer, Black Friday on offer, Cyber Monday, holiday gifting season. You want to have different offers to minimize the sale fatigue, get repeat purchases from people, and so on. You also want to stack exclusivity, urgency, and added value, not just like deeper percentages of discounts. And you also want to make your offer easy to understand and act on. So the simpler, the clearer it is, the better it's usually performing. Number 2, list growth and audience quality. And so the more high intent leads you have on your list, the more sales you're going to be making, period. So you want to grow your email and SMS list before November. You want to focus on high intent, high quality leads, not just volume of people coming into the list. And you want to use exclusivity, urgency, and early access incentives to build the hype like in the months before the sale. Number 3, deliverability and domain health. So this is one of the simple things that can literally make or break your whole year as an e-commerce brand. And why? Because simply if your deliverability is not perfect during BFCM, your emails will get buried in the spam folder, causing them to get seen by no one, literally no one, because nobody goes into the spam folder to look for emails. And so if this happens, there's no strategy or no offer that could actually save you at this point. So what can you do to avoid this, bad faith here, or bad, whatever, destiny? You want to warm up your list right now. This takes weeks to months to do. So if you have any kind of issues with your deliverability, even right now might already be too late, but you need to start warming it up as soon as possible. That's just simple fact. You want to send more plain text, high click, high reply emails to boost inbox placement, and then you want to clean your list aggressively to make sure that there's no bots, no ghosts, no clutter on the list when the BFCM season hits and you want to start sending to the broad segment. And I have a tutorial here on how to automate your Klaviyo list cleaning. You can watch the video from here because I'm sharing the document for you as well, and go with that. That should help you a lot. Number 4, email and SMS strategy and execution. So your messages need to match the full funnel. So ads, landing pages, offer stages, all these need to be aligned. They need to be, integrated. You cannot just run like a different offer in the email and SMS marketing and then paid ads, website, everything is just completely separate from that. They all need to be connected. They all need to be aligned with each other. Number 5, operational and CX readiness. So what does this mean? You want to prepare your backend to handle the chaos during the BFCM season. You want to make sure your site speed, inventory, fulfillment capacity, etc. all of these are dialed in. And you want to make sure that your CS team is equipped to handle the increased workload from people coming in, asking questions, trying to get their orders, tracking them, whatever, all this kind of stuff. And here's a pro tip. 41% of customers base their holiday purchases on the business's return policies. And so if you don't want to be like the D2C businesses that lost over 743 billion in return revenue last season, this is 20 to 25% return rate versus like 15% return rate outside BFCM. This is what to do. So you want to build a BFCM specific FAQ page containing the shipping and returns information, sell logic, like discount conditions, exclusions, all this kind of stuff. And then you want to link this to every promo email in the footer of your email marketing, and also of course on your website in the prominent places. And this is something that we've seen over and over again, make everything so much simpler. You can avoid a lot of the headaches in your customer support, a lot of the support tickets that would otherwise come. So this is just a no-brainer thing to do. Doesn't take a lot of time to set up, but it can save you a lot of trouble along the way. Alright, now when it comes to the peak dates and timing strategy for successful Q4, your calendar simply needs to be locked in weeks before Black Friday. So I'm gonna run you through the whole timeline of October, start of October until December. So October is the warm-up phase. You want to focus on list building and engagement. You want to build up and strengthen your deliverability. You want to prime your audience for the offers ahead. And this is just overall. I don't have like a complete roadmap. This depends on your brand, because usually we don't run like these BFCM Q4 offers on this month yet, but this is just like the preparation and warm-up phase to make sure your deliverability and engagement are high. And some of the key dates to leverage and to focus on in October. First of all, prime big deal days are October 7th to 8th. And even if you don't sell on Amazon, this week's shifts attention towards shopping. So maybe you can leverage this momentum with soft promos or some kind of value emails to stay top of mind. Also, this is a good chance to test your BFCM angles early, especially if you are a brand selling on Amazon. Then October 13th, it's a Columbus Day in the US, and it's Canadian Thanksgiving in Canada, of course. So that's a day that if your marketing focuses on those markets, that's a day to leverage for sure. And then October 31st, of course, Halloween. And this is something that usually I consider as like the final promotion before Black Friday season. So we would recommend keeping this really small, or maybe not even running a promotion at all, but definitely not like a same kind of broad scale promotion that you're running during the BFCM, because you don't want to over discount or cause offer fatigue by just like running a big offer and then 2 weeks later you're starting your 6-week Black Friday early access Cyber Monday gifting season sales. So you just want to keep this a little bit smaller. Of course, not every time, but in most cases that's the strategy that we're going to be going with. Then November and BFCM is the actual game time. So warm-up window, I would say the first half of November, still focusing on that. So you want to implement that, like early access emails, pop-ups possibly, all this kind of stuff to push people towards your early access, have them click your emails, have them engage with your emails, send frequent value-based emails and gift guides and all this kind of stuff, just to get people again engaged on your list, get your deliverability and domain reputation high, so it can handle the increased volume of sending during the main sales without causing you to land in the spam folder. You want to re-engage segments with campaigns, and then you want to mine clicks and replies to prime deliverability, which is kind of like what I just mentioned. And then the peak buying frenzy is pretty much from November 21st to December 2nd or something like that. So like I would say last 1 to 2 weeks of November, and then start of December as well. And so this is basically when the money is made. You don't want to wait until BFCM to start your push. You want to run offers for early access, Black Friday and Cyber Monday separately, but this is just like the main time of like most of your sales are going to fall between this window. And so the key dates to leverage during this sales season is, first of all, November 1st to 10th. It's pretty much like the warm-up window. Then November 11th, it's Singles Day, which is global, and then it's Veterans Day in the US as well. So this is a day where you would definitely want to run some kind of an email campaign. No, it doesn't have to be even like a promotional campaign, but some kind of campaign for sure. Then what we are doing for most of our clients, we're running an early access Black Friday sale from 16th to 26th of November, which basically it's similar to Black Friday. For some brands, it's even like the same offer. For some brands, it's more like a credit added to your account or something. But it's pretty much like an offer that is just focusing on the existing email list, emphasizing exclusivity of like, hey, we're sending this to you because you're a subscriber. We're guaranteeing them stock. We're guaranteeing them shipping on time for the holidays, all this kind of stuff. And this is like the angle here for the early access sale. Then November 27th is Thanksgiving. Of course, you can send like a thank you gratitude campaign during that time. And then what usually we do is that on November 28th, on Black Friday, it's the main sales day. This is where we, launch at least the final Black Friday main offer. And then, we run it for the whole weekend. And November 29th, so Saturday after Black Friday, is also Small Business Saturday. So this can be something, depending on your brand, you might want to highlight as well. But we're running the same Black Friday offer during the whole weekend. And then, November 13th, Black Friday sale is ending. We're sending, urgency campaigns here, mentioning that the sale is going to end and so on. Then from Black Friday, the next day, December 1st, is Cyber Monday. So this is like the second big push of your promotional sequence. And, December 2nd is Giving Tuesday, but it's also like Cyber Monday sale extension. So usually we're running the Cyber Monday sale from Monday until Wednesday. So then December 3rd is the final call for the Cyber Monday sale. So like final urgency driver, they still haven't bought anything during the BFCM season. Then December is pretty much like the holiday and gifting season. So what you want to focus on during this time is pretty much like switching focus into the actual holidays, Christmas, gifting, all this kind of stuff. So you want to build and share gift guides. You want to set up gifting products and bundle offers. This is usually something that works super well during December season. And then you want to leverage these Christmas shipping cutoff for urgency. So, you can see the directional holiday shipping cutoff dates here, depending on your fulfillment, depending on your shipping, depending on where are you shipping from and to where are you shipping to, And the standard cutoff is usually like December 15th to 17th. Priority is like 18th to 19th, and then express is 20th to 21st to, receive your order before Christmas, before the holidays. And so you definitely want to leverage these dates in your email and SMS marketing. Like, hey, final day to order today to get your, gifts before Christmas or something like that. And again, the key dates to leverage for the Christmas time, for like the December holiday season is, first of all, I would say that December 6th to 21st is pretty much like you wait a couple days after the Cyber Monday sale, and then you start to push like for the gifting and holiday season. You're starting to include gift guides. You're starting to, push some kind of holiday bundles and offers. maybe like free gifts with purchases, this kind of stuff. Then the final dates before, the holiday, before Christmas, if you have any kind of digital products or gift cards, we would definitely focus on, promoting these for the final 2 days. What I call this is like get out of jail for free card for those people who forgot or didn't manage to make their Christmas shipping before. We're giving them like final chance to, you don't get the shipping anymore, but you can still buy this online digital product or gift card to kind of save yourself from the shame of not having gifts for your family or friends or something. And then the final week of the year, Christmas and New Year time, you want to focus on like personal messages from the founder, like gratitude messaging. Thank you for being a part of our list. Thank you for being a customer. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. And then maybe you want to run like a final kind of New Year's offer for the final days of the year, just to do some kind of stock clearance or whatever, if you have a reason to do so you can keep the sales up until the end of the year still. All right, and then the case for stacked offers. So running the same BFCM offer for 10 to 14 days straight is usually not the best way to go. Like I already touched on above in this document, this is the fast track to offer fatigue, low urgency, and fewer repeat purchases, because people are just like, they see the offer, then you're sending weeks or months of the same offer. They've already bought from it, or they just don't care about the offer, so it doesn't really matter. You shouldn't be pushing the same offer for that long, because today's shoppers are bombarded. If your offer doesn't evolve, you're just gonna be, they don't care anymore. They're gonna go off. They don't open the rest of the emails. You're just gonna be getting ignored at this point. And what to do instead is to have multiple phases, which kind of like allows you to have multiple urgency peaks within your offers and within your strategy and content calendar. So every time the offer changes, you reset the attention and unlock a new psychological trigger. And here's like the 6 phases of a winning Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and overall like Q4 strategy that we usually focus on. So this is what we're going to be implementing for most of our clients. And it starts with phase number 1, early access, which is going to be from November 16 to 26. Maybe this is a little bit lower value offer than the Black Friday offer, but it emphasizes the exclusivity for the people on your list, the guaranteed stock, the shipping certainty, all this kind of stuff. And usually what works well here is like founder message for those people on your email list, saying something like, we've added X dollars account credit to your brand account to use for purchases above this amount or something. Yeah, it feels like money that we're giving for them, and it flip script there, and it's going to be much more likely that they're going to use it compared to just having like a normal percentage off offer here. So that's something we usually do before Black Friday, and we definitely suggest doing for most brands. Then stage 2 is going to be the main Black Friday, from Black Friday till the Sunday of that week. And this is usually the main simple site-wide offer, which is going to be driving, the most of your revenue during the whole sales period here. Then we are switching to Cyber Monday on the Monday, December 1st, and continuing the Cyber Monday sale until the Wednesday of that week. This is kind of like a new twist to the main Black Friday offer to reset urgency. Maybe it can be something like the same offer, just extended, or like adding a free gift with purchase for this offer, or making like a bundle, switching to the gifting season already at this stage. There's different ways to do this, but something like the key here is to just engage and offer final chance to those people who missed the Black Friday sale. And also, of course, if somebody bought during the Black Friday sale, having some kind of twist here, make sure that maybe they still want to buy something more. If you have a different offer, you might be still able to get those people to come back and buy again from you. So there's multiple ways why this is a smart decision to switch the offers here. And then the holiday gifting season push starts from like usually December 6th for our clients. And here we're like pushing AOB with bundles. We're focusing on the gifting products. Usually we suggest having some kind of these gifting products set up for this season. And then we're going to be focusing on building urgency with the shipping cutoff reminders. So purchase before this date to get your order before Christmas and so on. Then the last minute gifting, what I already mentioned, highlighting digital products, gift cards, or in-store pickups. Offer a get out of jail free card for those who are late buying gifts. Alright. And then the final week of the year, sending personal gratitude notes, Christmas and New Year's wishes for the audience, and perhaps some kind of a final end of the year offer to keep the sales up even during the holiday week before the year changes. And what are the offer types that convert here? Well, ideally you'd pick and choose from those you've already proven that they work for your brand during the Q1 to Q3 promotions you've been testing earlier this year, but maybe just like a slightly higher offer or a unique twist to make it even more exclusive for this BFCM season, so you can actually communicate like the best offer we've ever run, the highest offer of the year or something, just so you can communicate that with honesty and with transparency without just lying to your customers. So that's my 2 cents here, but I'm giving some of the ideas that you can pick and choose from, and just we want to keep this simple, margin safe and clear, but some of the proven options here First of all, just like a regular site-wide percentage or dollar amount off, maybe site-wide markdowns on specific categories or products, maybe like buy one, get one offers, tier discounts. This is something that usually works super well during the Black Friday offer, like, buy one, get 20% off, buy two, get 25% off, buy three, get 30% off, something like this. Free gifted purchase can be a good one, especially during the holiday gifting season sale. Bundle offers, also something that usually is super good during the after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, during the holiday season, some kind of like Christmas bundle. And then gift sets. You might have like prepaid gift subscriptions. These work super well for CPG brands, coffee brands. You can have like a prepaid gift subscription for coffee. One of our clients is doing that as well. And, there's all these kind of variations that you can get creative with here. And then again, which also usually works super well during the promotions, is the store credit. So you like adding $20 to your account in gift card revenue or whatever, like adding $20 to your brand name account for orders above X. And then, you can run with that offer. Especially, like I mentioned, during the early access sale, this feels super exclusive. This feels like we're actually giving them money. So yeah, it works super well for the exclusivity and for the marketing psychology reasons as well. But, last but not least, what to mention here, what is important. Don't overcomplicate it. Pick what makes sense for your business, AOV, margins, and offer policy. But keep the offer simple. Don't make it something that takes time to understand from the customer's point of view. In Q4, you reap what you sow. And what do I mean by this? A successful Q4 performance starts way before Black Friday. The more high intent leads you have by November, the more profit you'll generate when it counts. And why this even matters? Well, I've already touched on these things, but paid traffic gets super expensive. On audiences drive real profit. You can monetize a list you don't have. And it's not just about volume. Quality leads are much more important than just like scraping a random list of emails from somewhere. And what to do before November? You need to double down on traffic generation. So you need to run paid traffic to your site. You want to support it with SEO and organic social. And you want to focus on the high intent leads, not running like low quality lead ads or something like that. Also, you want to grow your list with dedicated landing pages or high converting pop-ups. So what this means, you should offer like early access or exclusive perks tied to your BFCM promo and create dedicated landing pages and pop-ups for that reason, for those offers. You want to align the design and copy with the offers you're currently running with. So early access offer, then like the main BFCM offer, like Black Friday offer, Cyber Monday offer, holiday offers. You want to change your pop-ups so they're always aligned with that specific offer you're running, not just like the evergreen pop-up and evergreen welcome offer you normally run. And you want to keep the triggers and targeting simple. You also want to collect both email and SMS and WhatsApp content, because the more channels you have at your disposal, the more people you're going to be converting. Not everyone is using email as much, not everyone is using SMS as much, and also even if they are preferring one of these channels over the other, there's just so much content going on, especially during the Q4 sales. Your emails or your SMS might just get buried under the competition, so the more touch points you have with them, the more likely you're going to be able to remind them, to stay on top of their minds, to have them even see your email in the first place, and then also convert them eventually. And you want to warm leads with value first content. So using preceding months before Black Friday, Cyber Monday season to educate these offers and build excitement, and then show proof, testimonials, and reasons to care before the first offer drops. So then when people are actually getting the offer emails, they're already primed, they understand you, they trust you, and they're much more likely to buy. And final reminder here at this point, the size and warmth of your list impacts revenue more than your best creative. So you just want to make sure that your list is big and it's high quality. So quality and quantity both matter here. Now, inbox reach is the bottleneck, deliverability is the unlock. Because you can have the best offers and emails in the world, but if they land in the spam folder, it's just game over. As simple as that. Because here's the reality, inboxing means higher opens, means higher revenue. They're pretty much like directly correlated from one another. Of course, not exactly, but if you get more people, if you get twice more people opening your emails, it's definitely gonna also have a better impact on your revenue than having twice less people opening them. And one bad send can tank your domain reputation for weeks, especially if you haven't been taking care of your deliverability, your list hygiene. And warming up takes time, and you can't fix it mid BFCM. You need to do this before. And so how to win the inbox before Black Friday, Cyber Monday hits? There's a couple of important points here following the deliverability best practices. First of all, send only to engaged segments. So stick to opens and clicks in the last 90 days or so, depending on your current list health, to build strong engagement signals and keep the open rates high. The volume comes later. You want to maximize the volume during BFCM, but you can only do that without landing in spam if you have a strong reputation. Then you need to build that beforehand. Secondly, you want to prioritize click-worthy content. So you may want to focus on text-based, valuable emails with strong CTAs, clickable emails, aiming for replies, clicks, and real engagement. So try to get people to reply to your emails, like reply to us with X and we're getting back to you or something, then asking them to click the emails. Just building real engagement. That's super good for inbox providers to see that your emails are actually engaged with, and to pushing into the main inbox accordingly. Then third thing, clean your list before it kills your reach. So fake profiles, bots, and unengaged subscribers hurt your sender reputation. And I already showed this before, but use our list cleaning tutorial to never worry about this issue ever again. You can automate this whole process, and after that, this part is pretty much like taken care of. And then fourth, use your primary sending domain early enough. So if you're launching a new sending domain or subdomain for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you need at least a month to warm it up. So you cannot just launch a new domain, then go into high volume, because if you do that, you're just going to be going straight to the spam. And bottom line, you can't turn on good deliverability last minute. It's like an asset you build over time, and you need to build it, or otherwise you're going to be bleeding revenue. And if your deliverability is not top tier, you're going to be ending up in the spam folder as soon as you send your first Black Friday promo for the full list. And at that point, you're pretty much done for the rest of the promo season. You're not going to be able to fix it during the rest of the promo. So please make sure to take care of this before the time is actually to start getting the promos out. And now finally, the winning Q4 email and SMS strategy. And let's start by campaign frequency here. During the main promotional periods, the more is often the merrier when it comes to email sending. And this is not the time to be afraid of being aggressive, because everyone and their mother is in the inbox blasting their offers. So if you send just a few emails a week, you'll get buried. That's how it goes. And so you should aim to send emails every day or more, and to as broad segment as your deliverability allows for, which is why I've been talking about deliverability already in this video. And here's your baseline. For the pre-BFCM season, I want to suggest keeping a normal cadence, focusing on the engaged audiences and warming up the list. And what is normal cadence? Usually we say that 2 to 4 emails a week is like the sweet spot for most e-commerce brands. And then 0 to 1 SMS per week on average is around the same, like sweet spot for SMS marketing. Then when it comes to early access sale, when you launch that, you want to start with 1 email every 2 to 3 days, and then you want to end with back-to-back urgency reminders when it's about to end and when it's about to switch into your normal Black Friday offer. And usually during this period, it's 10 days, 11 days. And during this period, you're pretty much running 3 SMS in most cases. The launch SMS, the reminder, and then the last hour's reminder. Then going into Black Friday, so Black Friday and then the weekend after that, so Saturday and Sunday. Usually we do recommend 1 to 3 emails per day, depending on your volume and depending on your resources. Some big brands are even sending 4 emails a day, which is crazy, but that's actually just pretty much the more you send during this period, the better. And the second and third emails of the day can be these duplicated resends for non-openers of the original one. So that just means that you send the same email, you clone it, and then you just change the subject line and preview text of that email. And you can go with 1 email per day, but the more resources you have, the more you should send, because that's also correlating with more visibility. You're not getting buried as fast in the inbox under all of the other brands sending emails. So you should want to go as high as possible with the volume here. And also during this weekend, we recommend doing the same strategy with SMS. So launch SMS on Friday, reminder on Saturday, and then the last hours urgency reminder 4 hours before the sale ends on Sunday. And that's pretty much the SMS strategy there, keeping it simple. Then going into Cyber Monday, so Monday to Wednesday, we want to keep a similar structure as for Black Friday. Maybe a little bit less emails per day, but 1 to 2 emails at least per day, I would even suggest during this period, because that's the main sales season of the year from that Black Friday until the next Wednesday of that Cyber Monday week. And then when you transition into the holiday and gifting season, for the rest of December, pre-Christmas time, usually I suggest going back to the regular cadence or maybe slightly higher, depending on what you're communicating about, depending on if you have some promotions still ongoing and stuff like that. But yeah, I would say 2 to 5 emails a week, and then maybe 1 to 2 SMS per week, including the shipping cutoff reminders. So you want to focus on these during this period to push people to buy before the shipping is too late for Christmas period. And the question is, unsubscribe from the emails due to the high frequency. And the answer is yes, but that's also totally fine, because the overall impact is still hugely net positive. If you only send 1 email because you're afraid of spamming your customers, what's that gonna cause is that everyone else is sending all the time. You send 1 email at the start of Black Friday, and then there's hundreds of emails in their inbox on top of yours within the next couple of hours, and nobody's going to convert from yours. So that's why you just need to send more to stay relevant, to stay in the inbox for people to see, to stay top of mind, and then just get conversions and get sales. That's just how it is. Resend to non-openers. I already mentioned this, but during BFCM, it's super easy to fall behind on the send volume because it's just hard to keep up with designing, creating these new emails all the time, like for every day or for even multiple emails a day. And the most efficient way to maximize reach is often the simplest. Just resend your main promotional emails to non-openers of the first one, use a new subject line and preview text, and then wait a couple of hours. If you're following the strategy I explained here, just wait like 4 to 6 hours and then send the second one, send the resend duplicate email to the non-openers, because people forget what they saw and most people never even saw it in the first place. So if you send this new email for those people who didn't open the first one and it has a different subject line and preview text, it's gonna be like a new email for them. They don't realize they already sent it before, and it's gonna give you more real estate in the inbox. More people are gonna see your emails in total, and more people are also gonna make sales or purchase. So that's just the thing here. High frequency wins, and this tactic keeps your volume without extra work, and literally without extra work. Like there's this campaign builder in Klaviyo nowadays. You can just, when you're scheduling the original campaign, you can already schedule an automated follow-up for non-openers of the first one, and then you don't have to do any extra work. It's just automatically gonna wait the X amount of hours and then send the follow-up after the time has passed. So it's pretty much like 30 seconds of work, just creating the separate subject line and preview text for it if you want, and then you can run with it. Now, the next part of this strategy is email, SMS flows, and pop-ups. And during BFCM, you can't rely on your evergreen automation setup. This is the main thing here, because you have your broad site-wide offers running and changing frequently for up to 4 to 6 weeks. And for that reason, your marketing automations also need to be aligned with this strategy. Like you cannot just be running your regular 10% off, like welcome offer, and then when people are, signing up to your list, they're seeing those emails, but at the same time, you're actually running like much better Black Friday offers, Cyber Monday offers, holiday season offers, which are changing all the time. Because, if you do that, you're just causing more harm and confusion, since the flows are pushing people to different offers while the campaigns are communicating the actual timely Black Friday, Cyber Monday offers. And confusion kills sales, so you want to avoid this at all costs. And so what is the solution? You want to turn off all your regular promotional flows basically off. So what this means, the normal pop-ups, welcome, abandonment flows, thank you, cross-sell flows, win-back flows. You want to replace all of these with shorter seasonal flows dedicated for the Q4 offers. And I'm going to be linking a mirror board with our exact plug-and-play flow and pop-up templates, filters, triggers, everything further down on this page. And since you are watching this video, you're going to have a link into this document and the mirror board in the description of this video, so you're going to be able to look at those and get those on your own time as well. But that's going to explain all of this in more detail. And just a side note here, we still recommend keeping on your other regular flows, like post-purchase onboarding flow for new customers, subscription flows, sunset flows, transactional emails, because these usually don't contain conflicting offers, and these are just important for retention and overall customer experience. So these are the flows that I would still keep on, but I just wouldn't keep on the regular promotional flows, because you run different offers and you want the offers to be aligned. You also want the theme of the flow, the communication of the flow to be talking about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holidays, instead of just the evergreen flow. And those are going to work so much better. Now, email content best practices. Number 1, engagement building emails. So during the BFCM season, you want to focus, especially the weeks before BFCM, into these engagement building emails. So use these weeks to get your audience clicking, replying, and engaging. And this boosts your deliverability rating on the inbox providers like Gmail. And what is this? What does this mean? How do you do this? Well, first of all, you want to tease your coming offers. You want to build anticipation, and you want to educate your audience. Maybe you want to include these fun mechanics or interactive elements like quizzes, click games, or early access signups. And then you want to mine clicks and replies to boost deliverability before your big sends start. And why does this work? Inbox providers reward engagement, and emails that get opened, clicked, or replied are more likely to hit primary inboxes when it matters. So if people are opening your emails before the Black Friday season, they're clicking onto them, they're replying onto them. When you send the Black Friday emails, they're also going to receive those into the inbox instead of the spam folder, and also more likely to the primary inbox instead of the promotions tab. And all of those are going to be helping you to make more sales. Here's a couple of examples. Feastables is one of the best examples of having this super interactive, fun, on-brand things for them that maybe wouldn't make sense for your brand, but just as an example, here's, Mr. Beast type challenge. The first 5 people to click this button 500 times win 50% off their next order. And then you click this so many times. And of course, this boosts the inbox provider's score of you so much, because you're getting like hundreds of thousands of clicks in this one email just because people are trying to win the order and win the offer here. Other options or other examples, space goods, like last chance to secure VIP access to our Black Friday bundle. They're like blurring it and then get on the list if you want to be accessing this offer as the first person or as part of the first people. And sign up before midnight, bring some urgency into it. Super good way to get clicks. And then these plain text emails, sign up for early access by Deliverability. And then here's another one example, whether you have questions about medication ordering process or how it works, we're here for you. Just reply to this email. We'd love to help in any way we can. Looking forward to hearing from you. Warmly, the brand name team. And then contact us button. This is not a specific like Black Friday, Cyber Monday themed email, but just overall idea like how you can get people to reply to you and boost your deliverability score. Then second best practice here when it comes to email content during BFCM and Q4 season, graphic promotional emails. So these are the main conversion machines during the sales. And best practices when it comes to these, you want to lead with bold headline and clean hero image. You want to put the offer front and center, don't bury it under all like stuff and all kind of copywriting and at the bottom of the email. You need to have it straight there, and the CTA needs to be above the fold. So whenever somebody opens the email, they need to see the offer and the CTA straight away, so they don't have to scroll at all. They can just click there and get to the site straight away. You want to keep it short and feature your top products only, and you want to use dark themes and bright fonts by creating this, just using these dark themes and bright fonts to create contrast and then stand out during the BFCM season. And keep in mind, high impact visuals convert, but too fancy designs take days to build will slow you down. So again, the same reason why you're like sending these resend campaigns, duplicate resends, is because you need to be able to maintain and sustain the high volume during this season to be maximizing your sales. And so you need to keep these short and simple. That brings sales, and it also allows you to keep up the volume and frequency needed. People don't care that much about like all the fancy copy and long emails and stuff like that during the sale. They just know that it's Black Friday season. We want to see the offer and we want to shop. So that's pretty much all you want to focus on. The convincing and everything comes before that, and then after that if they're not converting and going to like your abandonment flows. But otherwise, these emails need to be just simple pushes to the website, pushes to purchase. And here's a couple of examples. Again, surreal, it's Black Friday somewhere, get 20% off. And then there's some copy here, and then explaining all of the bundles that they're offering. This is actually quite long, but it's still really simple, just showcasing the best offers, the best deals, and just having simple CTAs to all of those. Then another example here, space goods, start your space goods journey this Black Friday with up to 73% off, claim my savings. And then there's the offers explained below here, stock up and save. Then Dr. Squatch, really simple as well, up to 55% off site-wide. Again, super simple, offer is like, you cannot miss this offer, you understand it straight away, and then you have the CTA here. And then you have like clear visuals, it's a squash smash miracle. And then that's the whole email, super short, super simple. And then final hours to save from Lemmy, just having the urgency here, so a timer which is moving, 8 hours left, and then here's the offer, 20% off one-time purchases, 30% off subscription purchases, shop Cyber Monday, and that's the whole email. So again, super short and super simple. Now third kind of like weapon in your toolbox here during the Black Friday season is personal plain text emails, because plain text performs. And why does it perform? It basically cuts through the noise better than anything else. And the best practices here, you want to use founder or team member as the sender address and sender name, and you want to sign the email as their name as well, like best founder name, founder company, or like company name and so on. You want to bold the key lines, short body, you want bold key lines, basically. You want short body, and then you want one clear CTA. I'm going to show you a couple examples here to explain how it's done right. And then maybe you want to add like a short PS for urgency and value at the bottom of the email. And these work great for promos, last call, or like surprise sends, behind the scenes updates, thank you notes, reply collection emails, etc. And the suggested mix, I would say aim for at least a few of these during every stage of your Q4 BFCM promotions. So let's say you're running a Black Friday offer during Friday to Sunday, you're sending like 2 emails a day. I would probably do like at least 1 or 2 plain text emails during the sale. Maybe like the final day, there's like, hey, shop now before this ends, like a founder email, and then you would send like an SMS still after that. So that's how I would like include it into the sale. And then also like the early access sign up emails could be plain text, as there was example here earlier from Deliverability. And yeah, those are some ideas. And then why these work, a couple reasons, but mainly they're just like, they look professional, they look like somebody actually sent them from Gmail to you, they feel urgent, and they get read more likely because of these reasons here. And these are often the top performers during the sale. Like not even the, like these drive most of the revenue, but usually like these kind of urgent reminders, plain text emails, they have a better inbox placement and they actually drive a lot of the revenue as well. And here's a couple of examples. Like this is from Heights, save 80% on your sleep and energy bundle. In case you miss the details, here's like bullet points. What does it include? What is the pricing? And then short copy here, and then again another CTA at the bottom. And then PS, this is your truly best ever entry point to Heights. 80%, like $80, 80 pounds off. Won't happen again anytime soon. And to better days and nights, Jules. Okay, then there's another example from Bress from last, Black Friday, Cyber Monday season. Yesterday's bundles, explaining what the bundle contains, what is the savings there, and then the order now buttons. And then they also use this fun magic button, which basically just takes them to the site. But yeah, that's how they do it, and it's a funny little on-brand thing for Bress. And then another example from Space Goods, even shorter one. Hey there, our massive Black Friday sale is well underway. Save up to 73%, and then linking the products here, the offers here. Don't miss out, and then like an overall generic CTA at the bottom, shop Black Friday sale. And then speak soon, Matt, founder at Space Goods. So yeah, a couple of good examples from the plain text emails here. Now, SMS content best practices. How does this differ from email? First of all, SMS is your speed channel. It's quick to send, quick to read, quick to convert as well. But it only works if you keep it tight and intentional. And how to structure your SMS? They need to be super short and super simple, even more than emails. So you want to show your offer, you want to explain the urgency, and you want to explain how to redeem. So if you can with Klaviyo, for example, you want the link to auto-apply the discount code when they enter the site, so they don't need to like spell it, you don't need to add it even necessarily into the SMS itself. And then the link needs to be like short and tracked link, so you don't spend unnecessary characters in the link, because you want to keep your SMS per short. Then recommended cadence, maybe you do launch message, then you do midpoint reminder, and then you do last chance push like 4 to 6 hours before the sale ends. And this is what I already explained about. You want to avoid images and emojis, because these multiply the costs and they don't really bring any extra into the SMS conversion rates. And then long paragraphs, you don't want to have those because they make the readability lower and they decrease the understanding of the offer, and that's why they also decrease conversions. And then reminder, SMS is about visibility and speed, not storytelling. You already told the story in the email, and then with SMS the goal is just to get the click fast. And PS, keep your SMS messages under 160 characters, because even one character over that doubles your cost of sending, and these extra characters rarely, if ever, make a meaningful difference for the sales. So if you have like 161 characters and you're spending like 2x more money on your SMS sending just because you have one more character there, it's unlikely that the character increase of one character actually brings you any meaningful extra sales. So you're just like losing more money in that case. So you always want to keep these super short. Then examples here. Our biggest BFCM sale is finally here, Nelly. Get epic deals on all your go-to breezy skin products here. Then the short link here, replies to opt-out. And then another from Lovepop. You have early access to your Black Friday sale starting now, save 40%, etc, etc. And then the link here. And then another option, Lulu's Black Friday sale ends tonight. Don't miss out on 20 to 75% off everything. Use code BF20 and then the link. So super simple. You don't need to do anything more complicated. SMS is not hard. You just need to keep the SMS short, keep it straight to the point, and that's it. Alright, and then a note here, fast feedback loops. So Q4 isn't the time to set it and forget it, because even with the best planning, execution still happens in real time. The flows need to be scheduled on and off at the right time. The campaigns need copy, subject line or segment tweaks on the fly. The offers might change, stock may sell out, things move fast, and that's why we recommend daily status checks during BFCM week, so there's no kind of hiccups happening. Make sure everything is live, make sure everything is tracking, and make sure everything is converting as it should, and be ready to adjust fast if there's some kind of mistakes or issues or whatever challenges on the way, because these always happen. So the brands that win are the ones that stay sharp on execution, not just strategy. You cannot just like plan everything ahead and then watch everything go perfectly. Well, that if you plan well, that can actually happen. But oftentimes there's some kind of things that you need to take care of during the week. You need to make fast changes. You need to be ready to adapt. So that's why we always recommend super fast feedback loops during the Black Friday, Cyber Monday season, weeks especially, and pretty much during the whole Q4 period. And now let's finally go into the Miro board, planning our Q4 and BFCM pop-up, email and SMS templates. So I'm just gonna go through these quickly in this Miro board. You'll have access to this on your own, so you can go deeper into them whenever you want to, but I just want to show you quickly like what does this contain. First of all, the Q4 BFCM pop-ups and email and SMS flows. So this is how we usually structure it for the clients. So there's the early access stage, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then holiday and gifting season. All these seasons have different offers, and thus also the flow setup is different. So what do? We usually start when the early access starts. We have these flows, which are like scheduled to go live when the early access sale starts and turn off when the early access sale ends. So whenever the early access starts, we turn off the evergreen promotional flows, and then we switch to these early access specific flows. So there's going to be one main pop-up for desktop. Here's all of the design, instructions, countdown timers, triggers, filters, URLs, everything you need to know, what is the structure. And then we do the same thing for mobile. So we have separate pop-up for desktop and mobile, but with pretty much like the same technical setup. Then we do welcome flow, where you can also see the filters and triggers and everything here yourself. But basically welcome flow is when they sign up from the pop-up. We have email 1, introducing the offer and bestsellers. Here's an example email. You can go into these examples yourself, but I'm not gonna go show them right now. But yeah, you will have access to the doc. And then there's gonna be 2 hours later, SMS 1, which is pretty much just like the welcome SMS for the list, if they didn't purchase from the first email yet. Then we have one simple email for site abandonment flow. We have 2 emails and 1 SMS for the pros abandonment flow. Then also 2 emails and 1 SMS for cart and checkout flows. And then these are pretty much like cart and checkout flows. They are the exact same flow, but just for different triggers. So they can look the same, but dynamic blocks and links need to be customized for the right event trigger. And then there's going to be one more flow, which is going to be post-purchase immediate thank you / like bounce back flow. And this is going to usually contain 1 email and then 1 SMS. And what does this mean? What is this flow? It's basically, it can be designed. I have an example from that if you're using app like order editing to do like post-purchase upsells. But if you're doing plain text, it's pretty much just going to be like plain text thank you email from the founder or CEO. And then in the email, you're going to want to add something like PS, you can place another order in the next X hours, like 6 hours for example, and we'll do our best to fit it all in one shipment. Only do this if it's possible to do with your fulfillment by combining those into one order, not having customer buy 2 packages with 2 different shipping prices and so on. But if you're able to do that fulfillment wise, we would definitely recommend it. You can frame it something like want to add more to your order to get ahead of gifting, stuff like this. But in this way, when you do it like this, you actually see a surprisingly big number of people add to their order, make a second order, and just increase the AOV of their purchases. So this is definitely something we would recommend having. And then 2 hours later again, having like an SMS on the same topic if they didn't purchase from this. And then plus the evergreen setup. So you want to turn off all your regular pop-ups, welcome, side browse, cart checkout, thank you, win back flows while these seasonal ones are running to avoid overlap. But we do still recommend keeping on your other regular flows like post-purchase onboarding, subscription and sunset flows, and transactional emails, because these are just important for retention and customer experience, but they don't usually contain any offers, so it's important to have them on. And then what do we do next for the other stages of the sale? Once we built these pop-ups once, we built the flows once, then we pretty much just built the same or use the same templates that we built here for the other stages of the sale. So if we have a different offer for Black Friday sale, we schedule these flows to go live when Black Friday sale starts and turn off when Black Friday sale ends. And we're just reusing the same pop-ups and flows from above, but just changing them slightly to match the Black Friday sale stage. So maybe we need to change some theme or visual in the hero section, the headline, the discount code and instructions, the links, etc. But mainly the whole package is gonna stay the same. So there's not too much extra work included here and involved here. And then again, the same evergreen setup stays live as explained here. And then you just repeat the same thing for Cyber Monday sale as well, and then also for holiday and gifting season. But here, it's kind of like optional depending on your strategy. At this point, if you keep your sales going with a December like holiday offer, you might want to build the same pop-ups and flows from above once more to match this sales stage. But some brands don't do it, they just revert back to the evergreen flows and then just push the December offers within their newsletter campaigns. But if you want to go super deep and super optimized and super perfectionistic with this, we would do all of these flows for all of these stages here with a different offer. All right, and then there's a second part of this document or this mirror board, which is Q4 BFCM email and SMS campaigns. So here is pretty much like overall October, this November and December template calendar. So what do we suggest doing? For October, it's pretty much up to you, the content. There's not too much important stuff there other than like just warming up the list. But the main days that I mentioned already in this video were like Prime Big Deal Days, Columbus Day and Canadian Thanksgiving. Then otherwise you just want to focus on non-discount, domain warming, engagement focused content here. And then the last week of the month you would be doing like a Halloween promo if you want to do that, and you would focus on that here. And then when you go into November, you pretty much want to, like the pre-BFCM phase, just still sending engagement emails, asking people to sign up for your early access to get clicks on your emails, get replies on your emails, sending gift guides for BFCM holiday season, also again to get people to engage with the emails and prime them to purchase when the offers start. Another good example that we often like to do is this kind of early access sign up, which is similar to this, but it comes with this like spin the wheel teaser. So there's like a hero section of an email, like guess our Black Friday offer, and then you can see example here, guess our BFCM offer. This is not the best design overall, but it's like you get the point here. Like basically this email, for example, can get super high engagement because you can see that, okay, buy one, get one free bag of Stability Blend coffee, different kind of things here. And then, yes, sign me up for early access. And then, this is just like an engagement, kind of like fun, playful email to get clicks. And this is the main goal during the, pre-BFCM season here. Then you want to launch the early access, launch email, or you want to launch the early access with email and SMS here. We would do it during 16th of November. And then we run the whole early access sale with email and SMS reminders until 26th most likely, depending on how you want to set up your Black Friday sale, but we usually do it from 16th to 26th. And then the final day here when the early access is closing, you send one more email, you send one more SMS, and then after that there's 1 day break, basically Thanksgiving in the US. You focus on like gratitude messaging there, and then you go into the actual main Black Friday sale. So Black Friday launch, 2 to 4 emails plus SMS. Then same thing for Saturday, which is the small business Saturday as well. And then same thing for Black Friday closing on Sunday. And then you transition into Cyber Monday, which is going to be from Monday to Wednesday, different offer again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then after that, you're pretty much done with the main BFCM season and the main biggest sales. And you can transition into the like holiday gifting campaigns, holiday gifting like promotions, offers, everything you have there. And then you can just include these shipping cutoff urgent reminders. That's super important during this season here. So the standard shipping cutoff is usually somewhere between these days, priority shipping cutoff somewhere between these days, and express shipping cutoff somewhere between these days. So you just want to keep sending like these gift guide emails, promoting some kind of holiday bundles or gift guides, like gift products or gift offers that you are running, and then including the urgent reminders in these campaigns, like, hey, purchase today, like on Sunday you might send like purchase today, so you can still get it with standard shipping before holiday. And then here like 20th to 21st, like final day to purchase to get your order in before Christmas. And then after that, like here the last 2 days, I would focus on like gift card thing, like, hey, offering digital products or online gift cards for those people who missed the actual like shipping cutoffs, so they can still get something without having to have it delivered to them physically. And then I would switch to like the holiday Xmas campaigns, so basically gratitude messaging and an optional like end of the year promo here. And then same thing here finally for New Year's, like yearly recap campaigns are super good, like what's been going on behind the scenes, gratitude messaging from the founder or from the team of the business, and so on. And I've linked pretty much all of the swipe files on all of these emails, from Halloween to BFCM early access to SMS campaigns to holiday and gifting season to New Year's sale, all this kind of stuff. I've linked all of the swipe files here into this mirror board, so you can go through this on your own. Also, I've linked all of the segmentation guidelines here into the doc as well for all of the stages. So October campaign segmentation, November early access segmentation, Black Friday segmentation, Cyber Monday segmentation, holiday gifting season segmentation, all this kind of stuff is included in the doc here. And then finally, another note, important for like scheduling emails, talking about how to resend the campaigns. I linked all of this here, but yeah, you can go through this on your own time. And I just went through it quickly for you now in this case here. Now, do you want to actually win this Q4? And that's the question. We've covered a lot here because winning Q4 isn't about a few emails or throwing up a discount or two. It's about having a real strategy and executing it without missing a beat. And the truth, most brands either wing it or then they work with agencies that do the bare minimum. And that's not us. That's not what we do at CrowdTrigger. We live and breathe retention. This entire training is something we're built to execute day in, day out for the brands we partner with. You know, we've done this many times in the past years. We've seen what works, what doesn't work. We've benchmarked the biggest brands in the industry, mapped out all of the exact days they're sending offers, what they're sending, what kind of flows they're building, what kind of campaigns they're sending, what channels are they using, what are the segmentation strategies. We know all of this kind of stuff, and we've done it many times, and the whole training is built on top of that knowledge and on top of that expertise that we have around the topic. And so if you want this level of strategy done for you without worrying about execution, and you're an e-commerce brand making at least 50k per month in sales, you're looking to maximize your Q4 profits, then book a free Q4 roadmap call with me from the calendar below, and we'll be building your custom plan and showing you exactly how to break your all-time records. And until then, have a good time. See you later.